Alright, so Cyberpunk 2077 is probably the most popular game out there at the moment, not only on Twitch but on Steam and Epic Games Store, as well as on YouTube. I personally haven't played the game yet, but from what I can tell, it's a pretty good game. Just from gameplay reviews and just people playing it on Twitch and all that, I've seen that it's pretty good. In terms of the graphics, the performance, all that sort of stuff, on PC at least, it's a pretty good game. The one problem I have with it is definitely the price. Like, it is priced a bit highly. It is, I think it's like a 90 Australian dollars. But then again, I mean, I can't blame him that the game was literally released like a week ago, so I mean, I can't really fault them for that. And I guess the high price point does come from the graphics and all that sort of stuff, like the performance of the game and all that, because it is pretty good if I'm being honest. Now, I am only talking about PC because the performance on PlayStation and other consoles, it's not really amazing. From what I can tell, Xbox is it's alright, but then again, like PlayStation 4, just the base PlayStation 4 is just absolutely terrible. I've seen reviews on it. Apparently you get like 30 FPS, 20 FPS sometimes, and the graphics just really aren't that good. And since PlayStation is so strict on their graphics rules, you can't really turn down the settings to make it good as you can on PC. Basically, Cyberpunk 2077 is literally unplayable on PlayStation. And it's pretty sad to see because most of the time when a massive game comes out, most of the audience come from consoles and PlayStations and Xboxes. So the fact that PlayStation's is just such a low quality game is really sad to see. And as the title suggests, you might already know what's about to happen. Cyberpunk 2077 just got removed off the PlayStation Store, which is pretty insane to think about. Like, no game has been so poorly optimized to the point where it can't run on a PlayStation. Like, I guess some games don't run amazingly, but at least they can still like have a functioning game. I don't think you guys understand how insanely bad this game is on PlayStation. Just look up any sort of footage of it on PlayStation. You can't even record it properly. Like, it's that bad. And I get the Cyberpunk 2077 is a very graphic heavy game. Like the graphics are really good and all that sort of stuff. And it does require a lot of performance, but at least sort of optimize it so it's okay on PlayStation. Like, they did such a terrible job of optimizing it, if I'm being completely real here. They could have done such a better job. Like, it's a massive company, like, surely. And to be honest, this wouldn't really be an issue if this was a free game, like, you know, like Fortnite and all that. Because if you download Fortnite and it doesn't run well on a PS4, you can just uninstall it. Like, it's easy. It's as easy as that. Like, sure, you wasted a lot of time downloading it and all that sort of stuff, but at least you didn't pay money. But the thing is with Cyberpunk is that this game is around $100 in Australia. I'm definitely sure it's definitely different in the US, but it's around the same in terms of like the scale of money. So people are paying a lot of money for this. So surely if someone's paying $90 for a game on PlayStation, you'd expect it to run decently well because, you know, it's just a normal PlayStation. Like, people don't have massive amounts of money to spend on games. So the fact that they've spent $90, which is a lot of money for a game, by the way, the fact that they're spending that much on a game and it's just running like absolute crap, it's pretty disappointing. But anyway, enough about me complaining because some news came out from Sony today, and it's honestly, it's kind of surprising, but it definitely needed to happen, and if they didn't, I think people would be pretty outraged. So we have an article here, and the title basically says this: Sony pulls Cyberpunk's 2077 from the PlayStation Store, says buyers can get a refund. So basically what this means is that Cyberpunk is being pulled from the PlayStation Store, so it cannot be played on consoles. I think it can still be played on Xbox, just not on PlayStation, because PlayStation is literally that bad. Like, I have a PlayStation myself. Obviously, I haven't used it for a while because, you know, I have my own PC. But just from the experience that I got from PlayStation alone, I can tell that it wasn't an amazing experience. There were so many issues with it not connecting to the internet because I've trashed internet and it needs a really good internet connection for some reason. And not only that, but graphics just being terrible, slow FPS. Like, I couldn't even run Fortnite over 30 FPS. It was actually terrible. But then again, like, I could just uninstall Fortnite. Like, it really didn't matter that much. And not only that, but when you tried to plug in a keyboard and mouse because, you know, I'm a PC gamer or whatever, it would just run really slow and it would lag a lot. Like, just trying to play on keyboard and mouse was an absolute mess. It was completely terrible, and I'm glad I'm now on a PC getting 144 frames and, you know, just chilling. So yeah, fair to say that my PlayStation is not of use anymore. I mean, my brother uses it, but like he doesn't really, because it's just not a good console, for being honest. I've never really been into Xbox, but you know, I'm sure it's better than PlayStation, if I'm being honest. I'm not trying to start a console war here, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of performance, I think PlayStation's probably a little bit worse. So anyway, getting on with this, the article basically says, hopefully concluding a roller coaster of a few days where PlayStation owners were told to get a refund for Cyberpunk 2077, then asked not to. Sony has confirmed that not only will the company be issuing refunds, but the game itself will be pulled from the PlayStation Store. And that's a pretty good move on their part. I mean, at least Sony understand that there is a problem with the game and they've actually done something about it. Normally, they'd probably just delete the game off the PlayStation Store and, you know, they'd probably give them a refund, but then again, they might not release it from the PlayStation PlayStation Store. Like, they could just do what every other company would do and ask if they wanted a refund, and if not, then they'd just keep playing the game, you know, that the game would stay on the PlayStation Store, which would be a huge issue. Because if you think about it, right, if the game would stay on the PlayStation Store and some random guy just didn't know what was going on, didn't know that the game was running like absolute trash, you know, he buys the game and he can't get a refund now because he's just bought a game that he can't even run properly. I'm pretty sure at this point that the baseline PS4s would literally crash over games like that. Like, games these days are so graphics heavy because of just the insane advancement of technology that literally baseline PS4s these days just won't cut it. And game files are just getting extremely huge, so SSDs or whatever, like storage, it's not gonna fit. If you get a PS5 with 500 gigabytes, which is exactly what I got, you're basically screwed. Like, if you get 2 or 3 games, you run out of storage. That's why PS4s, honestly, I think should be just stopped. Please stop making baseline PS4s, Sony. Buying them is just a huge waste of money because you're just gonna run out of stuff easily, way too easily. And then Sony basically released a statement on this, which is right here. A short statement posted on the PlayStation website reads, SIE strives to ensure the highest level of customer satisfaction. No, you don't, alright? Please don't BS me here. We all know that your main goal as a company is to make money, alright? That's everyone's main goal. You don't care about customer satisfaction. No one cares about customer satisfaction. Therefore, we will begin an offer to refund all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via the PlayStation Store. SIE will also be removing Cyberpunk from the PlayStation Store until further notice. I don't think that there's going to be much further notice because Cyberpunk has already been released, and I don't think that they're going to change the graphics and all that sort of stuff and optimize it just for PlayStation. I mean, I get the PlayStation is probably going to be a massive chunk of the Cyberpunk viewer base, but then again, like, why would they bother? Once we have confirmed that you purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store, we'll begin processing your refund. Please note that the completion of the refund may vary based on your payment method and financial institution. So as of yet, I don't know whether this is just PlayStations or whether it's like the PlayStation Pros and all that, because I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation Pros would be able to handle the game pretty well, if I'm being honest. I mean, I get that the normal PlayStations have done an absolutely terrible job, like actually an awful job, but I feel like the PlayStation Pros might be able to handle it just decently if they had a lot of storage, but I don't really know, to be honest. I guess we're gonna have to find that out for ourselves. But at the end of the day, this is definitely a smart move from PlayStation, definitely something that I can respect. Even though I've been using PlayStation for a few years and it was an absolutely terrible experience. Games wouldn't run properly, I couldn't record anything well, my live streams would do terribly. I mean, maybe that's because of my internet, but you couldn't do a whole lot with the baseline PS4s, especially when you only had 500 gigs of storage. I literally had like 3 games. I had Warzone and Fortnite, and that was about it, to be honest. My brother bought a few games on disc, but like, who really cares, to be honest? They were trash games anyway. Obviously, the PS5 is going to be able to handle this pretty well because, you know, it's the PS5, but then again, like, who's buying the PS5 for $500? Sure as hell I'm not, because I got a PC, so I'm sticking to that. But anyway, yeah, I think we're going to leave that there. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure you give it a like. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe with all notifications on. If you don't turn on all notifications, you're basically subscribing for no reason, so make sure you hit that bell real quick. Make sure you follow my socials, with all links will be in the description. My Twitter is @LighterGuyYT and my Instagram is also @LighterGuyYT. Thank you to all my channel members. Your support really helps out the channel more than you can even imagine. Make sure you join my Discord server with a custom link at the top of the description. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.